Hi, I'm John McCormack. We're here in the Azure portal and we're just creating a SQL database as we normally would if we were using the portal to do so. So I'm going through the steps as you'd expect, filling out the subscription and resource group, etc., letting Azure know which server we want to go on. And now we're down to this bottom part which says compute plus storage. So it defaults to a Gen 5 2V core with 32 gig storage SQL database. But let's configure that and see how we can go serverless. So the default that it's showing you is provisioned. And as you can see on the right hand side, this one here, using the default settings, is going to cost us £325 per month. What that means is the cores that we are requesting to will be allocated, as will the storage and memory, for the duration of time that the database is available. And if that's a full month, then it'll be about £325. If we click here on this serverless button, then things change quite drastically. As you can see, the cost goes down to about £4.10 per month, which just covers your storage. After that, you're basically paying by the second by the vCore. So your compute costs are put into very, very tiny increments, and depending on how long you are running your database service will depend how much you're paying. This is great for development environments where you might be using it for a few hours a day and you want it basically to go off overnight, or also for environments where you have sort of large peaks and troughs in the activity, and there may be times where you need to have up to 8 cores allocated, but there are plenty of other times when one would do the job just as well. So looking at the sliders we've got here, we can go between 1 and 40. So let's say I slide that all the way up to 8. It then gives us a minimum option between 1 and 8. And I'm just going to leave that at 1. So that means when the service starts, we're guaranteed to get 1 vCore, and we can push that all the way up to 8 if the demand requires it. Scrolling down the page a little bit further, we see this great feature called AutoPause. So if there are no connections and no queries run on the database for a period of time, anything between 1 hour and 7 days, you can set the database to AutoPause. That will shut down all the compute elements and you'd only be charged the storage. So that gets you a bit closer to the £4.10. So I'm going to keep that at 1 hour. Just keep it at the absolute minimum because it is a development environment, and I'm happy that once it's stopped being used for 1 hour, then it's probably not needed. Bear in mind that in your application, you should have retry logic in your connections, just in case the first connection is attempted whilst the database is in the pause state. All we do here is we click apply. We could go through the rest of the motions for creating a SQL database, but I'm not going to show you that here on this video. Thanks for joining me.